Preserve your body. It's your body. It's your time. It's your money. Who am I to tell you? But be yourself. Like, be authentic. Like, if that's what you really are, then go for it. But don't try to leave the league, and then when you get bored or you start missing stuff, and then all of a sudden you want to come back. Like, do this because you have a long-term vision and you're really passionate about cannabis and you really see an opportunity to not just break through and make money, but to also change the culture and make it better and less taboo. Then go for it. I'm all for it. But don't just get so caught up in the short term. Like, I'm tired of failing drug tests. I'm tired of all this, having to go through all these programs that are basically BS when half the league is smoking. Like, it is what it is. So if you're going to forego it, then forego it. Don't try to come back. But honestly, everything he said in the video was right, because we don't hear about this shit in the MLB or the NBA. If it does happen, or
NHL,
if it does happen, it's a lot more low key. They don't air out everyone.
They give you treatment.
Like the NFL.
They don't criminalize you
like the NFL does. But the NFL is so dated and stupid.
And we know how black people.
I mean, that's across the leagues.
I'm saying, like, we know how black people get criminalized.
Even the NBA is 75% black.
Yeah, but
and
baseball
they don't do
and
that.
NHL, yeah. But it's mostly.
And Matt Barnes talked about
basketball's basketball's morphing before our eyes.
Basketball is just a completely different sport, though, even at its core, because basketball promotes difference.
But basketball's secondary in the NBA. Let's be honest. Like, when you think about it. When you think of basketball right now, let's say the Lakers, you are not thinking of basketball. You are thinking of all the narrative, everything going around outside of basketball and what's happening in the league with free agents and how cats are linking up.
I mean, you're talking about a football podcast that literally talked about Colin Kaepernick every week. I think you could say the same thing about the NFL.
Yeah, but they're regressing. It's different. With basketball, they're progressive.
Again, back to me, what I was saying is the NBA at the root of the sport is a game that promotes difference. It promotes personality. It promotes being your own person, having your own game. And the NFL is the complete opposite. It's fall in line. It's you're 1 of 53. It's next man up. It's the exact opposite. The NBA promotes, empowers, enables their stars. The NFL kills them.
Suppresses and really just creates a cannibalistic culture. Pardon the pun. But like, the NFL eats its own children.
And that's what makes it both the worst game. That's why some people hate it and some people love it, because it's essentially it's a great reflection of what capitalism really is when you really think about it. Not only is it a game of real estate, but like you said, it's a complete culture of just cannibalism and masculinity and
not masculinity,
misogyny and
more like
nepotism and hypocrisy. And narcissism, all of it.
Because most of that masculinity and like all that disgusting shit is coming from those old white owners.
Yeah, really, it is.
And the hypocrisy is that
there's an old guard there. And
players are criminalized for everything they do.
That old guard is so ingrained that
Jim Irsay should be in prison right now. There, I said it.
The old guard is so ingrained that even new guys who try to come in and try to change it,
they don't want new tech money.
They just give up.
Do you think they want a tech billionaire in the NFL?
They have them. But like I said, they get silenced because
I'm saying young.
The old guard is so strong.
Yeah, that's old money. But I'm saying
you just can't you can't win. So it's like you either risk yourself being ostracized by all 31 teams by trying to be different, or you just keep to yourself and just make your money and make your team, and whatever happens happens. And that's where most of the. There is a large NFL owners that are the people we think they are, the racist old white dude. But there's a good amount of people in the middle who aren't that way, but fall into that way. Exactly.
That's human beings.
Yeah, but it's different when they're running billion-dollar organizations. So
I just want to ask you a question, though.
But yeah, hurry up because we got to wrap up.
Yeah, when it comes to the NFL, do you think a guy like Mark Zuckerberg could buy an NFL team? Do you think they would let him?
At this moment,
he's
no.
Young, new money.
At this point, no. Definitely
he owns
not.
Facebook and Instagram.
At this point, no.
You know how much?
But one day, yeah, definitely.
When he's like 50 and 40? That's what I'm saying,
like
though. That's what I'm saying. There's a gatekeeper status. Like, young people will push the culture further than anybody else. Old people are the ones who actually restrict it.
But yeah, I mean, I think
that's a good point.
I think regardless of where the tech money would come from,
but a young tech guy like him,
it
the
doesn't.
guy who owns Snapchat,
it doesn't matter.
he totally
I think at the end of the day, if the money's right, the NFL would consider it. But either way, even if they did come into the league, even if Mark Zuckerberg could get voted in and approved, it wouldn't even matter because he would be one.
He'd be the silent voice.
He'd be one. So it really wouldn't matter. The lobbies in the NFL are so strong and big that it really wouldn't even matter.
Let's say he bought the Oakland Raiders.
You would need like at least 8 Mark Zuckerbergs for there to be any like
difference,
progressive change in the NFL.
And that's what I'm saying.
So that's why at the same time it's like, if I am Mark Zuckerberg,
by the time he gets there, he's a different person.
But and that's what I'm saying. It's like, if I were Mark Zuckerberg, would I even want to put myself in that situation?
Would you rather just buy an NBA team or
would I?
AAF team?
I mean, really,
XFL.
The thing with those entrepreneurs are different.
Yeah,
like they're different. Like, they didn't get into their business because they wanted to be stupid rich.
They were creators.
And they fell into it. They fell into a ton of success. Now you have the Steve Ballmers and the Mark Cubans who found those guys who were the creators and the designers and sold them and branched them out and helped them scale and grow. Those are the people who will buy the teams because they see a chance for status, success, a bunch of other shit that they value. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. I think the real test is Gary Vee, right? Because Gary Vee's been trying to buy a team for a really long time.
Dog, I'm sick of Gary Vee.
But Gary Vee has been talking about buying a team for about 10 years now. So
how rich is Gary Vee?
So
how much money is he worth? What's his net worth? Is he an industry plant? Because honestly,
he's worth money.
No, I know he's loaded, but I'm saying, like, other than being like what kind of inspirational speaker who just says shit that's really normal and like obvious.
He owns a media conglomerate. I think they own like 6 different agencies, and he owns a bunch of real estate.
That helps
before that.
Yeah, but I'm saying you only
he's in the First Name Club,
and you know him as the inspirational guy that everyone, like, a lot of people get pumped up with.
But he's like the first inspirational guy.
He was
like purely from the internet. He's like one of the. That's why he's in the First Name Club.
Oh well, yeah. If you're going based off that, I'm talking about, like, I was thinking 20 years back, like it's Tony Robbins and shit like this.
But I'm talking about from the internet.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. At least on the East Coast, for sure.
Yeah, but that's just my thing. Like, he would be a part of a group that bought an NFL team. He's not going to be the.
I mean, they're all part of a group, right?
Yeah,
they're all part of a group. Everyone has minority owners. Everybody has people who have a little piece. I mean, nobody's really.
Yeah, I think Serena Williams owned a piece of the Dolphins and Venus.
I think J-Lo did too.
Usher owned a piece of the Cleveland Browns, if I'm not mistaken. I know he owned a piece of the Cavaliers. But yeah, you want to get to this pro day stuff?
Yeah, make it quick.
Okay, Oklahoma's pro day came up. I'll just give you some athletic standouts.
Kyler Murray's not 5'9".
He's 5'10" and an eighth.
I took your take on that one.
He's 5'10" and an eighth, and he didn't run the 40 because A, you already know he's fast and athletic, and B, he's 5'10" because he measured it at the combine, and he threw great. He has a great arm talent, and he has the arms of a dude who is like a short guy. He's not a long-armed short dude, and that's what these NFL teams want because he's short.
Can I ask you a serious question? Off-topic question?
Go for
Sorry.
it. Go for
Do people actually like barbecue chips, or is it just tolerated by the lowest common denominator?
Do you like Fritos better than curly barbecue Fritos?
Can you ever just answer a question?
I'm answering your question with a better question.
No, you're not. Because you're deflecting from the original question.
I think barbecue works in certain barbecue chips.
So what
trash.
You're saying is no.
I'm saying
what you're saying is everyone just kind of tolerates them.
Is this like the Mr. Goodbar debate?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Goodbar?
Yeah, like who made Lay's the official chip of just mediocre cookouts and barbecues?
Like who said salt and vinegar could be a flavor?
Again,
same people with
a
peanut
totally
allergies?
different question. A totally different
No,
question.
it's
No,
it's
it's
in the
not.
same
No,
family.
that's a totally different question.
It's like
Again, you're ducking the question.
who grandfathered in barbecue as
I
a
think
flavor?
you
Is that
don't
what
want
you're
to admit
asking?
that you don't really like barbecue chips. I think you're just coming to the realization and you're
They're
not
not
happy
really-
about it
it's
because
like-
of the amount of barbecue chips you've
They're a
consumed in
second.
your life.
No, they're a secondary. I look at them like I look at secondary colors. Except orange. Orange is my favorite color, and it's very unique because there's nothing that rhymes with orange. But anyway, bottom line is with barbecue flavoring, it's not like, oh, that's a natural chip. It's not a natural chip. It's like it's a secondary or third option. I don't pretend it to be anything more than it is. But I will say in the right circumstances, barbecue flavored chips hit. Like barbecue Fritos, the twisted Fritos.
Those are the best barbecue chips.
Thank you. That's the standard. It's like a remix, but like not everybody wants to hear the One Blood remix. I like all those Lil Wayne remixes from back in the day.
All right,
A
get
lot of
back
them
to
are
your
cool.
pro days though. Yeah, you just
I answered your question directly.
yeah, you're losing steam, but
I
you're
answered-
good.
did I answer
You
your
should have just
question?
stopped at answering the question.
I answered your question.
All right, go back to the pro day stuff.
So yeah, when it comes down to Oklahoma, dog, what are you doing? You fucking
This
dog.
podcast is sponsored by Lay's.
No, they're not. Lay's barbecue chips are and it's honey barbecue. Stop. You're really pissing me off. I'm gonna fucking stab you in the neck and watch you bleed out.
Oh, but you can eat hood Chinese and ice cream every week.
I don't.
All
eat
right,
that.
my bad. Go
I
ahead.
only eat hood Chinese.
My
when
bad.
I'm
We're
with
over
you.
time. I'm over here bullshitting. My bad.
I'm only eating hood Chinese.
My
when I'm
bad.
around
Go
you.
ahead.
You're a bad influence.
We're bullshitting. We're over time. Here you
But
go.
anyway, so yeah, Oklahoma at the pro day. Comma really good. One dude who stood out at the pro day, Curtis Bolden, linebacker, ran a 4.53, 38-inch vert. He might get a look. Oklahoma linebackers, for whatever reason, just find ways to get in the NFL, even though their defense is putrid every year. You also have Cody Ford, who is considered a first-round draft pick. He had 20 bench press reps. Let's see. Wisconsin's pro day. Ben Brauschen, I can't even say his last name. He had a 26.5-inch vert. It doesn't really matter because he's 6'6", 315, and he's probably going to go no lower than like the third round. You also have T.J. Edwards, who is considered a viable prospect. He ran a 4.77, typical of Wisconsin linebackers. Dakota Dixon, who ran a 4.8 safety for Wisconsin, ran a 4.62 at his pro day, which is honestly more believable. Andrew Van Ginkel, 6'4", 236, surprisingly ran a 4.56 at Wisconsin's pro day. Actually shocking for a Wisconsin linebacker. Marshall's pro day, Kyrie Brady. Are you ready for this? You're going to throw up when you hear it. Or Tyree Brady. Everybody was like, oh my God, Tyree Brady could be really good. 6'3", 206. You want to guess what his 40 time was?
4.59.
4.74. And he had a 29.5-inch vertical. Yikes. You're not getting drafted, dog. Sorry. I could name a bunch of other cats on their team who ran, but I'm not because they're just not impressive. They had a receiver.
Yeah, you can really skip all these other trash ass pro days.
No, because I'm only like naming the best players from the said pro days. There's also Oklahoma.
What about the
State's
dude from New Mexico who ran a 4.3?
4.32. By the way, Oklahoma State's pro day. They had a guy, wide receiver. I think it's Tyree Johnson. Let me get it. Make sure I get his name right.
D'Angelo Ross.
Tyrone-
Shout out to New Mexico running a
Shout out-
4.32.
Yeah, shout out to New Mexico. Taylor Cornelius, the quarterback for Oklahoma State, 6'6", 225, ran a 4.7, 38-inch vert. He might get a look. He might get a training camp look. But Tyrone Johnson, receiver for Oklahoma State. Now, you might want to write his name down. He actually did some things at Oklahoma State. 6'1", 193, ran a 4.3, 4.40. 16 bench press reps, but he had a 30-inch vert. Now, here's a big one. Vanderbilt's pro day. Jojan Williams, cornerback, 6'3", 211, ran like a 4.6 or whatever at the combine. Ran a 4.55 at his pro day. Had a 6.84 cone drill and a 36-inch vert. Troy had a receiver, Blaze Brown, who ran a terrible 40 time. I think he ran like a 4.89 or some crazy shit, but he ran a 4.65 at Choice Pro Day. He'll probably end